Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us for today's episode of Canal Days. As always, I'm your host Carrie, along with my co-host, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Como. Our Canal Days series delves into the vast collection of historical sites throughout Massachusetts, with Robert's expertise of the local history as our personal guide. Each episode, we uncover history throughout local communities, highlighting historic landmarks and uncovering their seminal significance. Today's episode of Canal Days will be discussing and learning about the Leeds Memorial Park in Massachusetts. So, familiarize us with the Memorial Park.
It is filled with monuments and memorials to the military personnel from this village was in Northampton called Leeds that have gone off to wars and served their country. I couldn't find any of them that died because of those wars through diseases or death from injury. It's a nice little park across the street from the Leeds Elementary School. There's a lot in it, including a bell, a memorial stone, and then these monuments that are really rolls of honor. That means the men that went off to war and came back. And it honors many wars, in fact. So today we're going to talk about what's on the roll of honors, and then what honors Nantucket Silk Mill, and what is the bell for, which is always a good question. But it honors 4 different wars: World War I, World War II, Korean War, and the Vietnam War. So I guess those that fought in the Civil War from Leeds are probably honored somewhere else.
And review what is inscribed on the memorial.
Alright, so there's 4 memorial stones and hence 4 memorial plaques. On the World War I stone, it says Leeds Honor Roll, 1917-1918, that justice might triumph and liberty might live. And then has a names of about 70 men, of course all from Leeds, that fought during this war. Then the World War II one's a nice granite stone, and this one, of course, is the same, Leeds Honor Roll, 1941 to 1945, that tyranny might end and peace prevail. And I would say there's about 120 names on that one, of course, of military personnel from Leeds. Then the Korean War veterans, and then the plaque on it says Korean War veterans 1950 to 1955, and there's about 60 military personnel on that one. And then the Vietnam War veterans 1961 to 1975, and there's about 95 names on that one. All right, and then there's no other one for other wars.
And stick around and we'll be right back after this quick announcement. Are you fascinated by local history and eager to investigate the obscure treasures off the beaten path throughout the state of Massachusetts? Or maybe just seeking an unforgettable cultural activity for families and friends to enjoy? Look no further than Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, founded by Robert Como. With over a decade of experience, Robert offers captivating tours and presentations of historic sites and landmarks throughout the state. Whether you're interested in canals, cemeteries, charming churches, or more, Robert's tours provide a unique and enriching experience for all. And that's not it. You can also schedule private tours tailored to your interests, ensuring a personalized adventure and unforgettable memories. Perfect for friends or families and groups of all sizes, making for an exciting hands-on learning experience that brings history to life. Simply visit hoyokecanaltour.org or email bobcat4214, at yahoo.com to book your private tour today. So, getting back to our episode on the Leeds Memorial Park in Northampton, Massachusetts, inform us on the honors of the Nantucket Silk Mill.
There's a memorial stone of granite for that mill that was up in Leeds, and in the very middle of it has a nice image inserted on a plaque-like item into the rock. And it was a four-story mill, and it shows that with the side buildings often. That mill is still around, but they're showing this one in its gorgeous state. And it's quite a beautiful memorial stone to have in Leeds Memorial Park.
And clarified the significance of the bell.
There's a bell inside the park, mounted on a granite rock again. And this one has a plaque towards the front. It says, "In memory, Leeds firefighters." So, it might be that this bell was from a fire station, or maybe it's from an Northampton mill, hard to say. But it's a good way to honor them. And then the bell is mounted on this rounded arch that goes above the granite rock. And I don't know if you can still ring it, but it's a great sight. And of course, this is a memorial park, and so you want to memorialize not only the men who went off to war, but also the mills in the area, and also the firefighters. Now, you probably know a very drastic event that happened in the year 1874, where in Williamsburg, the next community upwards along the Mill River from this area had a dam collapse, and that dam would kill about 200 people, most in Williamsburg, but also in Northampton, in Florence, and in Leeds. So there were some deaths in Leeds. There's another memorial for those people. So if you go a little bit past, maybe to the southwest of the mill that's up there, there's another memorial which has the names of the people from Leeds that lost their lives. So this is not the only memorial area in Leeds. There's a second one, and please check out that one.
And thank you for tuning in to our episode on the Leeds Memorial Park and joining us on our journey through the rich history of the Connecticut River Valley. We hope you enjoyed uncovering some of the hidden and overlooked marvels and their fascinating stories that shaped our past in the state of Massachusetts. A special thanks to Robert Camus, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, for sharing his passion and expertise with us. Remember, you can find more information about Robert's tours, book private tours, and explore the Canal Days video and podcast series at holyokecanaltour.org. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to tune in to our next episode of Canal Days. Until next time.